Cold's off, that's open. And we'll open up the hot. This is what we're working with today. 2 tanks, one there, one here. And all it feeds is that shower pump, which runs the basin, the shower, and the kitchen tap. Because the house is split up into 2 sections. This is one house and the other is Airbnb, so this is wholly unnecessary. So I'm going to get rid of that, get the space. Now that makes sense, ball valve being at the front, there's another ball valve on there, and it goes up the back. You cannot physically get to it. Now you'd think, oh, is there an access panel there, in there? No, there's not. So you can't get your hand into the abyss. Also, the overflow stacked off. So that is just in pieces down there. And it's going to be a tight one today. Getting up and down this. Oh. All the way back up. Right. I want to go off and I want to get a valve so that we can isolate the cold water up here, so they can get the water back on. There's the overflow pipe coming there. Now, obviously, once this is out of the way, it's going to be easy. And it wants to go up to there. So, I'll take some of the pipe with me. And that way I can make sure I definitely get the right size flow class fittings. And I'll get some bit of pipe. What do I want? Elbow 45, I reckon. Elbow and a 45 should get into that. So it's quite fascinating, really. So in the rest of the house, because obviously it was at one point one big house, I presume, they got 6 bedrooms, 6 en suites. So could be a hell of a lot of water being used all at the same time. So what they have is, there's a garage as I come in. I'm not going to show you all the outside of the property because it's just, I don't do that. It's got a big power tank, so big blue coffin shaped power tank. It's massive. That obviously boosts the mains, keeps it at a stable temperature no matter the demand, really, even with 6 showers going at the same time. Then in the bedrooms, there is, for every 2 Airbnb rooms, there is a unvented cylinder. So the showers are fantastic pressure, amazing, but they've still got that old-fashioned tank which used to supply the whole house. The whole house used to be off of that, which obviously it just, you know, get complaints from guests and stuff. This is years ago they had this done. You know, water's either running out, it's not powerful enough, because it doesn't matter how big of a pump you put in, really. Everyone using it at the same time, potentially. I mean, it's unlikely that everyone's going to have their shower on at the same time, but it just wasn't good enough. So they kind of just capped off that end of the house, and then they've got their own private residence at the end. And it's obviously tank fed with a booster pump. So it's got a shirt turner pump down at the bottom, tap, basin, shower, all runs off of a pump. So they still got good pressure. The pump's not very noisy either. By the time they put all their towels and stuff in there, I doubt you could hear it. So I've got a cup of tea whilst that's draining down, and I've also got the overflow pipe. So I'm going to go off and I'm going to get the right fittings and stuff, and we'll get all that sorted. So, nice little job today, really. The ball valve that's gone, that's why we're having to access it, and I physically can't. I'm too fat. He was like, I don't think anyone could get up there. We're just going to swap them from one tank to the other, because it looks like a brand new one on the one that's we can see facing us. You can see the brass is still nice and shiny. It's not too oxidized or anything, so it's obviously not that old. The pipework, we're going to have to link up. So where it used to bridge across and used to have a feed off of the tank that's coming out, we're going to connect those up. So we're just going to do a little bit of pipe work, nothing crazy, and just basically just delete the tank. So I'll go grab some bits. Roll down, that's the lid off. That one, I don't know what's going on with that at the minute. So all I'm going to do is cut a channel down here with the old reset, bag it up, and then I can hoover out anything just trapped in the bottom. Go. There we go. Let's have a look. See all the water and sediment in there. Wet that all out. Power on. Let's suck all this out. Some of that sediment as well. Right, pull that out. And we're just going to cut this out later now. Put that down there, and then we can carry on cutting this out. So we're going to have to cut this down to get it down the staircase. I think I need a new wheel. There we go. Oh, nice little working platform there. Right, let me get that calf. Out. I'm going to cut this, and all we're going to do is just flip that up, and then that should be fine. And we'll also cut this one, flip that up, and then this thing should all be nice and loose, so it'll be easier to cut. This is out. What it means as well is you can turn one of them down and oik it up and pour it into a bucket or whatever. So we are going to keep on cutting, but we just put a bag over these, cap over there, just stop any bits of this getting down there. Right, recip in there, and I'm going to cut all the way around. Go. So take them off in sections like that. Easy to carry down. I mean, it is bloody awkward getting up and down here. Piece, get that out. Piece, get that out. So the last bit, all I'm going to do is bring this to the edge, turn this back round, like that. Got my bucket underneath, and all I'm going to do is just tip it like this. Tip it, tip it, tip it. Should get some more coming through there. Maybe not, maybe it's completely empty. Oh, there's a little bit in there. There we go. Oh, that can come out. There's our cold feed that we don't need anymore. And it's on a T, so I'm going to put a valve just under the T. Got this lovely little butterfly valve. And then solder a piece so it goes straight in. Get rid of any dead legs. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, that's that one cut. And we'll cut this one off as well, just to get it out of the way. Right, let's get this tightened on. There we go. Right. Lovely. It's on speed fit down there. Right, so we just got to join that up. So get that cleaned up. Got a bit of wire, not wire wool, gauze tape. Oh, it's really bloody awkward to sort of get in there. Anyway, clean that up and we'll get it soldered. Ooh, that's hot. Right, next thing I want to get connected up is this here to here. Looks easier said than done. I just noticed we had a valve. We've already got a valve. Oh well, it doesn't matter. They're both full bore, it's not going to make a difference. So first off, I've got my glue. And all I'm going to do is extend that one out because it's not quite long enough where it is. And all I'm going to do is just add a little piece on. So let's get that in there. All my soldering wire fins, I always twist as I put them in, and then it'll make sure it gets all the way around then. So let's put a little bit in there. Big nice blow on there. Give it a couple of twists, there we go. Right, now that one can actually move to wherever we want it. So I'll put my 45, I've already glued this up. All I'm going to do is go from there to, how far in can we go? I think it's about there. So get that cut. Now always use these cutters, use them for up to 1.5 inches. I use them for speed fit, anything really. Cut them off. Now I need the nut for the pin there. So we'll get this test fit. So that comes on to there. Lovely. Just got glue on an elbow. So get that squared up. We'll tighten up that as well. Whilst we've got access. So grab my elbow and get this all glued up. And then that's our all our overflow done then. There we go. Oh, that's all nice and secure. Tighten that right up. I'm going to just jump up and tighten that up in there as well. So I've got in there, that's all tightened up. Now I did see that that cap was missing, so I had to go through the bin bag to find where it was, but there we go. So now we know that this one's faulty. We're going to take that out and we're just going to swap it with the other one. So let's get it disconnected. Oh, come on. Yeah, we go. Oh, there we go. Lovely jubbly. Right, there's the old one out. You know what? It's not as new looking as I thought it was. So I'm going to ask the customer now whether they want me just to go off and get a new one. It's up to them. Well, I've just said to the customer, I'll throw it in as part of the job for free because I don't want to call back. It's more embarrassing if it goes and then they're like, oh, it's gone now. And it's like a week later. So wait for this guy behind us to move, and then we'll go off and just grab another ball valve quick. Yeah, stuff it. It's nearly 1 o'clock now. I'll treat myself. Little spud from the spud wagon. Can't go wrong, can you? Little one that window, because they are the best spuds ever. They got proper old, what do you call it, like coal-fired oven. Oh yeah, baby. Proper nice. So I want to smash this. Picked up the ball valve. All we got left to do is the feed down to the cylinder, purge that pump, make sure everything's running, and yeah, there we go. So main thing to take away from this video, when you're draining down the tank and you know you've got to cut it up, try to limit the amount you're cutting before you suck out as much water as you can, so that when you do cut, it's not going to go down the pipework and into the system, block up pumps, block up filters, all that sort of crap. Anyway, cheers. Oh, I feel good. So we're back. Here's our new one. We'll pop that from there, and we'll put on a new washer on there. Don't drop it, don't drop it. There we go. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, right. Washers. Picked up a pack. Let's get that replaced. Put it in there. Oh, come on. Go on, please. Nice and easy. There we go. I think that's capturing. Like that. Lovely jubbly. Right, now it's a case of linking that up to there. So what I'm going to do is cut it, come along, hopefully. This side. Is there enough room there? Yeah, up and then into there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a bend and just drop it down there for now. Bit of water in there, but it shouldn't be a lot. Right, so don't need that much. Let me get you out of that bush. You don't need to be in a bush. Right. So I'm going to pull a, what I like to call a not quite 90, and my latch has gone. Look, what the hell? Oh, it's going to be in the bag somewhere. That one in there, that one in there. Get to the end, I'm going to do that. Whoa, not quite 90. Like that. Lovely jubbly. Let's take that upstairs. Right, so I've done it not quite 90 because I do want there to be a fall rather than it risking having to go uphill at all. So that wants to be, we can cut it there, about there. Let's get that cut, we'll get that soldered on. Alright, get it fluxed up. Get it fluxed up. We're going to put a little bit in there. Right. Love will take us apart again. Right. Make sure that looks nice and straight, which it does. Right, I'll get that one soldered up. Lovely jubbly. Look at that all cleaned up. I need some new wire wool. I think I've got some in the van. This is getting a bit rusty. There we go. There we go. So there's our cut pipe there, there's our new pipe there, so we've got to crank those up. Do we just go for a straight piece of pipe straight across, or do we try and pull a little bend, sort of swoop it down? Either way, we're going to try and do it so it's got a nice fall. I think I'm just going to do 2 elbows, to be honest with you, on that one. You see how I cut that slightly higher so that this falls. So now I've just got to cut this piece of pipe off here. So I've got to sort of do my bendy wendy to get under there. Sort of wedged under here now, right. Hope that's marked it. Right, first one. Let's see how this one solders. There we go. Alright. Right, on to the next one. Let me put you over this side. Oh. There we go. There we are. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So now, dear me, I'm leaving that in. We need to turn this off. So, off, because I think there must be a feed out the back, which there is. And we're also going to turn this one off if we can. Oh, probably going to need a spanner to get on that. And then we get the water back on. Right, so start by turning this off. And there is a brand new blue MDPE stop tap under here somewhere. Right, it's back on. That's on. Yep. Oh, come on, you bloody asshole. Oh, turn it off, please. Okay, let's open that one up. That's going to start filling. Need to get this off. Cold. Hot. There we go. Right, so why did I turn off the cold on both sides of out of this? Well, I want it to fill up before we open it up, so that the pump isn't like pulling through air, trying to turn on. So when it does turn on, it's got water to go behind it and not burn that pump out. So there we go. It's all full up. So checked all the joints. No leaks anywhere. Lovely jubbly. And any old connections not leaking. So now we've got to put the tank jacket back on. So I did take the jacket off. I'll put it in here somewhere. We've got to wrap all that back round. Then done getting that bastard around there. And then you got one that just sits on top on the lid. But there we go. Insulated. Now we've just got to tidy up. Give it a good hoover. Even though I did have a dust sheet down, obviously. We were cutting with a recip saw, so. Right, we got tidied up. Much better. Right, so. We've opened up our valves. The pump is currently off. We're going to see if we can purge through some water. So let's have a look, see if we got any hot coming through. Yeah, there we go. Just a trickle. You can imagine the tank is literally like sat there. So that is going to be a dribble. Right, let's turn on the pump. So, pump is that one there, I believe. I can hear it turn on now. Right. Open it up, purge it through. We'll go downstairs and we'll do the same downstairs as well. Hot. There's a smell of it. Clear through. I believe that runs off the pump. I don't think it does, I'm not sure. Maybe not, because of gravity. Getting there now. We're coming a steady stream. I can't hear the pump coming on, so that is literally just gravity fed, this tap. Last but not least is that shower. Now you can see how high up it is. Now, I don't think it's a universal pump. I think it's a sort of bog standard thing anyway. That one's working. How do you divert it? Is it the other way? Yeah, it is. That one's working. Try it in all the different settings. Yeah, let that run for a minute. I've got to fix that. Just tightening up them, but still hidden. Can't leave it like that. Can't leave it like that. And that's all running fine. Cold. Is the cold off the pump? No, I believe it's not. Yeah, there we go. I'm happy. I hope you're happy. Hit subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Like that. That's the button. It looks like that. It's just there, I think. You see, you've got a little grip screw there, so I'll tighten that up, but still wobbly, look. Took this cap off, and as you can see, the screw's not even in. I swear I'm not moaning, okay? Everyone's, oh, all you do is moan. No, I swear I'm not moaning, but my phone has not stopped ringing today. I don't know, it actually just annoys me a little bit. Because it's like, I just want to get on with my work and my videos. No, we've got loads of work booked in. Which is, I don't know whether it's just getting busier if it's a certain time of the year, maybe. But we got loads and loads of work booked in, loads of sort of little jobs. Got a couple of leaky radiator valves. We got towel rail to fit. Vanity unit to second fix. We've got all sorts of like, bits and bobs really. So we've got plenty of work in, but it starts boggling my brain when I'm like trying to work. They're telling me something, and then they say, "Oh yeah, we'll email you." I'm like, "Well, can't you just text me? Text me the address and the details. Why do I need an email? What year is this? 2005? WhatsApp me like a human of this year, current year." So anyway, my hand's getting tired now. Yeah, we've got plenty of work booked in, and I've been off and I've done other bits and bobs. Oh yeah, by the way, I was just editing through the video, and then I've gone at the end, I'm like starting messing about with the shower valve because I'm an idiot, and I just go, "Oh, that's loose, so I'll fix that." Anyway, I fixed it for them. Didn't even tell them. I thought maybe they'll notice, maybe they won't. So yeah, that job's all done, and then I've had to go and do back to the pub because he said, "Oh, the urinal's not filling the cistern." So do that and a couple of other bits. Anyway, I better do some washing up here, tidy up, and do whatever I need to do. I don't know. It's the outro. It's a bad one because I'm waffling. I'm waffling along. The video's long enough already. You don't need any. I don't know. There's nothing more happening. There's nothing more coming. Should have turned off about 2 minutes ago. 2 minutes 32 seconds ago. And I've got no milk. I just want a cup of tea. I hate coffee. I might have. Oh, I'm gonna have one. I'm gonna have one. Right. See ya. Bye bye. Right, for the 0.5% of you that give a slight fuck about, I was doing some decorating. You see, it's still not painted because I still haven't worked out the colour. But I've got the flooring done, which is the most expensive bit. So I've got the flooring done now. So yeah, flooring's done. Radiator cover is ordered. Yeah, it's looking good. It's looking pretty bloody good. And then we'll get this all set up. This will look cool. This will be a studio. That's the plan. Didn't go for a black coffee in the end. Realised I got some Vimto, so cheeky Vimto, innit?